What is up, everybody? Alex from WMD here, back at you again, and this time we're going to talk about making some cool modulation using the OSD and a couple envelopes and an LFO. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Rossum Assimil8or as our chord generator, and then we're going to modulate an overseer filter over those chords to create a unique texture that we can use in a track, and we might just build a track. We'll see. So let's just dive into it. All right, so this is my personal rig. I've got the Assimil8or here, and I've got this set up in a way that we can use the OSD and these two Javelins in this mod box to create some cool stuff. So we're just going to experiment and see how it goes. And you can see I've already got these red cables down. That's my drum machine kind of patch. So that's basically just like so we have some drums that are easy and ready to patch and ready to go. So first thing we're going to do is just make the sound that we want. So we're going to go out of the master outs of the Assimil8or. I'm just going to go into channel 8 real quick. And then let's go to a new preset on Assimil8or. And on channel number 3, since I'm going to use these two for drums, we'll use channel number 3 and we'll load up a synth. So I'm going to go into my pads folder here. And I've made some custom stuff here that's not from a sample pack right in here. So let's choose one of these and see what it sounds like. Cool. So we'll use that. Pretty sure that is the Prophet 08. And just a quick, chord swell, and it's already got filtering going on, right? But we're going to try to make this more interesting, and we're also going to make it fit in time with our track. So we're going to go through here. Let's just make a kick drum real quick so we can hear. There we go. And then right now I'm just going to do, let's see what it sounds like with 100% gains. Probably turn it down a little bit. There we go. Sounds pretty good. All right, so now a trick that I love to do that's been really fun lately is to get a couple different gates going on here, get more of a rhythm, and then we're going to use Volterra to switch up the start points where these samples are starting. So first we're going to adjust the end point back so there's no silence. Then we're going to hit start point, put the CVA, and then we'll just literally record some voltage here and see what happens. All right, that sounds pretty good. All right, so that's what we're going to start with. So now we're going to run that through the overseer. The overseer is a stereo filter. It gets used a lot in my demo videos and other videos, and I assume in people's rigs as a master, like bus filter. So it's really great for running your entire mix through. I'm just going to grab a bunch of cables real quick. But instead of running our entire mix through it, we're just going to run this stereo pad through it, right? So it is a stereo sample, so we're running stereo pad. And now we can go through and do some filtering, right? And with this switch over, we can use these knobs to offset it a little bit. So that sounds pretty good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some modulation. So we're going to start with one Javelin. So I'm going to run a trigger into the Javelin just so we have a start point. And then we're going to use this envelope out. We're going to run that into the low pass input. We're going to turn that up a little bit. We're going to turn decay up. Let's hear what we can do with there we go. All right, that sounds pretty good. All right. So now I'm going to, instead of just running this through the Javelin, I'm going to run this, instead of just running this out of the Javelin straight into the overseer, we're going to run this envelope signal into one side of OSD. And then we're going to go out of that OSD channel, and we're going to go back into the low pass side. So if we turn the filter all the way to that side, we've got that envelope happening. Just grab another shorter cable here real quick. There we go. Grab some of these guys real quick too. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this other envelope. And we're going to run this one at a completely different rhythm. And we're going to run it into this other side of OSD. So we're going to go to this side. And let's do some stuff like this real quick. Right? So now on this side of OSD, we've got this nice long starting envelope. And then on this side, we've got the more percussive one. And so what we're doing is we're ORing these two signals together, which means that whichever voltage is higher, that's the one that's going to take over and be sent to the overseer. And then with this crossfader, we can actually fade between the priority, right? So we can say like, this one's getting all priority now. Right now, it's right in the middle, so this is like a 50% OR. This is just a straight old OR. And then this side, we're only hearing this envelope. So I think it sounds good with just like a little bit of this percussive one, right? And now the last thing is we're just going to run an LFO from the mod box into this other OR input. So this is just a straight OR input. So it's just going to take whatever we add in here. And whenever the voltage in mod box is higher than whatever else is over here, it's going to kind of take over. So you can hear now every once in a while we've got this nice little like we're letting the high frequencies through. We're getting cool swell kind of to happen. Let's bring that kick drum back in. Let's make that a little bit longer. All right, let's do some more drums, right? And now we need to add our hi-hats samples to the overseer, so I'm going to do that real quick. Just going to use some 909 hats because that's my favorite thing. Let's go open here. Boom. And then we'll do a closed one here. That one probably needs to be turned down a little bit. And then we can take these out of that mix, right? We don't need those because now those are going through our filter. So let's make sure those are out of there. And then we'll turn up the envelope here just to get a little bit more of that tail. Oh, we're definitely still getting that. So I need to go to the mix here, turn the mix down, turn the mix down. Let's see, make sure that we're good there. There we go. All right, so there it is. That is basically what I wanted to show in this video. So just a real cool way of just making some cool modulation happen with these 3 modulation sources and OSD, right? So this is the sound again. All right, so what can we do to take this a little bit further? So what I would do now, if I were like really producing this track, is I would resample this and then maybe do it again and see what happens, or just like chop it up a little bit and see what happens. So let's just do that, and let's see if we can't make this even more interesting sounding, right? So here's the sound. So now all we need to do is we need to take out the output from our overseer. We're going to run that. Probably need a longer cable now. This one's crazy long, but that's fine. We're going to run that into the audio input here of the assimilator. And now we're just going to take the outputs of the channel we were listening to, which is 3 and 4, right? And then now we can go and take the master out. And and hear what's happening. We kind of get in that phaser sound, and that's because both are active in the mix, so we need to turn this one down in the mix. And now all we're hearing is the input here. So we can go to sampling setup, and we can actually do a full stereo sample. And I'm going to say I want this to go to channel 5, so that way we don't replace what we have here, just in case we need it, right? Cool, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to stop it and arm the sampler. Maybe turn up the input level just a tad. And now we will start the clock, and that will give us our thing. We can even listen to the kick with it. Modbox was high when it started, so I don't love the way that started, to be honest. So I'm just gonna erase it and do it one more time. No biggie. Here we go. Reset. Boom. Ooh, that was cool. All right, so there we go. We've got our sample there. And now we can just take this is going in here, and we can ignore channel 3 and 4 for a second. And on channel 9, we'll just clear her out. And then we'll do a nice 100% gate here, all the way across, and hear what that sounds like. So now we have that sample. It's been resampled. It's going to sound pretty good with everything. It's really loud, so we can turn it down. And we're missing our hi-hats. Why are we missing our hi-hats here? Oh, did they get turned down or something? Did we accidentally turn these off? What do we do here? We just need to get these hi-hats back so we can really vibe, you know? They're not muted. Not there. And things are good there. That's in the mix, so we don't want them there. We want them... Oh, what just happened? Weird. All right, here we go. All right, so now, just to hear it how I would probably play it, we're gonna run some delay real quick through the disting. Probably shorten this a little bit. That's nice. Turn this one down. All right. So now let's run this. Let's take apart our whole patch from the mod box and all that stuff. We can run that back into there. We're going to take our overseer and just unplug everything real quick from it. All right. This one needs to keep going though, right? It's all good. So yeah, let's take this out of 5 and 6 again. We're gonna run it through the overseer again. See what kind of sounds we can get. Go to channel 8, right? Let's just go into OSD. We're just going to use the LFO for now. Just see what kind of sounds we can get. And I'm not syncing this LFO on purpose, right? This is just to give it a little bit of unsynced character. All right, that's sick. Let's do this envelope one more time. Go out of channel 10 here. We'll run into this envelope. And this one we'll do like a few more like percussive kind of things. We're gonna need to be here on 10. And turn this down a little bit and go over to this side. Just hear what it sounds like. Ooh, I like that. Now let's hear with the LFO as well. That is a sick sample. All right, so yeah, again, I'm just gonna go through here and we're gonna record this one again because that's super cool. And if we record it, and by record it, I mean like resample it, then we have it. And we have one, we can play with a little bit more, but two, now when we go to like play our live set, like we can use all this stuff for other things. So we'll stop the clock again, turn the kick drum on just so we can hear it, and that'll be kind of fun. Let's play it, go to sampling setup, make sure it's not too loud. There we go, that sounds pretty good. There we go, we're going to, there we go. Here we go, boom. All right, so that's our sample. We can go ahead and say we like it, so we just hit cancel. And now we'll have that. We can run just straight out of the master outs again, if we want to. Take all this OSD stuff out. And, you know, instead of the master outs, I'm just going to go straight out of 5 and 6. It's because I like using the individuals more than I like using the master outs. And then, yeah, we have this 100% gate here. We did do 4 bars, so we could make this basically a 4-bar loop by running our gate all the way out to page 4. Let's turn that delay back on. And then, yeah, if I were playing live, I would definitely still, yet again, run this through an overseer. But then I wouldn't use any modulation at this point, right? Because then, at this point, I can use it to, like, dictate the energy, right? So we have, like... Sounds pretty good. We had a cool bass line. It'd be even cooler. Then we can filter it out. We do all this stuff by hand, you know? So now let's just do a bass line real quick just to finish this up, and then we'll call it good. So I'm just gonna find a bass sample here. We'll just call it that one. We'll do this one. So yeah, all we need for this is a gate. Maybe we could just record this one since I kind of had that idea already, right? So this is channel number 11. there you go. There's our track. All right, so that's it. I hope it gives you some ideas on how to use samples as well as modulation with the OSD. So the OSD is available now. It's a rad little module. I think it's super underrated. And I just think a lot of people don't realize the power that you can have when you that you'll have when you use all these different modulation sources on one filter, right? You can create cool rhythms, and then with an unsynced LFO, you know, you're going to get stuff that you didn't quite expect, stuff you would have never done if you didn't do it that way. And then, you know, with a sampler, you just get done, sample that thing. You like something, sample it. Now you can play it back, and it's going to be the same every time. So when I show up, I can play this, right? I don't have to rely on everything to be set up the exact same way. And the most beautiful part about it is that I now have all of this stuff ready to use for other sources or other things, other instruments in the rig. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.